What's up, everyone? It's Andrew Green, and today I'm here with Mr. Johnny Hawkins from Nothing More. Man, hey, thanks a lot for talking to me, man.
Yeah.
Pleasure.
Good to see you.
Dude, let me know. If I didn't know who you were, if I just heard the name Johnny Hawkins, I would think either you're a musician, a wrestler, or an action star. So I think you're in the right profession, definitely.
All right.
Johnny Hawkins, like Johnny Hawkins.
Johnny Hawkins. I guess when you say it like that.
Yeah, right? Your name fits you perfectly, and also your looks, because I think you remind me of Jim Morrison. You do, with your hair.
I got that a lot when I grew my hair out longer, and I dyed it like black for a little while just to for stage. I started getting the Jim Morrison thing all the time. And I was never really a Doors fan, to be honest, but I always liked Jim Morrison's like artistic side.
I didn't
listen to music that much.
I know that when you perform on stage, you don't wear a shirt or wear shoes, which also why I think you're, looks like Jim Morrison, because I know he didn't. He probably, I don't know, he was a hippie, so who knew what he wore? Probably nothing a lot of times. Where'd you originate that from? Just you're like, I'm not going to wear a shirt, I'm not going to wear shoes, or how did that happen?
When I was a kid, my MO was always no shirt, no shoes. Like
no problem.
That's just how no problem, no problems. I always ran around like that. So basically, I was the drummer for years. Started the band on drums, and so when I was drumming, no shirt always felt better too, just because your arms are moving.
Definitely.
When you sweat so much, you don't ruin all your shirts. On stage, I felt more grounded. I also felt like I could keep my eyes on the audience and what I was doing, and with my toes, I could feel the edge of the stage and where it was. I didn't have to like.
You didn't have to look.
I'd jump on drums, and I could tell immediately if it was slippery and I needed to be careful. Or if it was a grippy part or an edge. And so I just felt more like a cat. I felt more limber. I guess to sum it all up, people dress how they want to feel, and how I want to feel on stage is very primal and energetic, and just kind of animalistic.
I like that. Because it's just showing part of that raw energy of what rock really is.
Raw energy. That's
raw energy.
I want to be more raw.
Since you're walking around bare feet, I know being on a stage can be dangerous. Is there times where you step on like a bad piece of wood and you get like a nasty splinter in your foot, or you just jam your toes every now and then or something like that?
Oh yeah, I have gone to the hospital quite a few times. I've stepped on glass many times. That's really never been that big of a deal. It's just annoying. And then I got this splinter that was like this long in my big toe. I had to go get it like removed by a doctor. He sprayed this freezing spray on my toe and then just cut it open with a razor blade and pulled it out, and got staph infection from that splinter. Then got all that taken care of, and then I sliced my heel on the metal thing. Had to get tetanus shot.
Dude.
I sliced this finger open.
I saw that.
Grace tour. That one was on the drums. I hit the metal part, and the bone was sticking out, so I had to go to the emergency room at like 2. Got out there by 3 in the morning. Got back on the bus, went to the next show, had stitches for like 2 months.
But yeah, like I said, saw you with Five Finger Death Punch and Breaking Benjamin. That's a huge tour to be on. But watching your guys' show, you have this weird robot arm crane thing. Well, what is that exactly? That giant metal contraption?
Our pet name for it is the scorpion tail.
Scorpion tail.
Just our joke name for it, and then but people that's like its official name now since we started saying it. Everybody calls it that.
Put on a T-shirt.
Right. But we basically a long time ago, I brought in a MIDI controller to our rehearsal that was like it was called Newmark Orbit, and it was like this wireless, almost looked like a video game controller. And it had an accelerometer on it, which basically means when you move it, just like your phone, it could sense that you were moving it on an XY pattern. And so I could use the movement to control all these effects that I had in the computer. So I said, Dan and Mark, bass player and guitar player, I said, hey, I want to try something. Give me all's your chords, and I plugged their guitars into the computer, and I plugged my mic into it. Basically, I was like, man, everybody out there is like affecting all this pre-recorded music. It almost felt like a DJ's version of karaoke. I mean, they're just pressing buttons. I was like, what's cool about that? And then I was like, well, what if we did that to like real musicians, like playing in real time? And so that started the idea. And then I did it in the jam room, and the guys loved it, but Daniel, rightfully so, was like, yeah, but it looks stupid, because it was just like
a little
looked like I was playing a video game.
Yeah.
And he's like, what if I build something that you're kind of wrestling with and kind of, because I'm physical on stage. Like I like to get violent with it, and I like to thrash around and throw my body around and throw things. And so he's like, I want to make something you can push on and pull on and lean on. And so he built that whole metal tail, basically got it wired up. So it's an elaborate MIDI controller.
I think it's so unique how you guys do a cover by Skrillex.
Thanks, that was fun. We wanted to do, when we got the idea, we're like, EDM always remixes all these, you know, old bands or like old recordings.
Yeah, so like, how about we do that with dubstep?
Yeah, I haven't heard anybody go the other direction. I haven't heard a band cover something electronic.
It was Scary Monsters and Nice Rides, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Now let me tell you, when I go to parties or when I'm with people, I'm like, put on First of the Year and I lip sync it.
Yeah.
And people don't expect it because I'm doing the wah and then the wah and I'm like listening. You're like, what? So when I saw that you guys did a Skrillex, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm not the only one in the world that does something with this.
I'm not crazy.
Cool. I'm not crazy, even though people think I am. It's awesome, man.
A little bit of crazy is good.
A little bit of crazy is good. You can be creative.
Within the right
within
parameters,
the right
it's great.
Legal parameters.
Legal parameter, yeah.
You have a song called Christ Copyright. I'm kind of unsure what the full meaning of that is. I just want to, explain what the full meaning of that song.
That song basically was written, a little bit of the background. All of our band members kind of grew up in the church. We grew up religious. We're raised Christian. Went to a bunch of different churches growing up. One of the ones that I went to was pretty crazy. It was like charismatic, kind of in the name of Jesus, like.
Take it all.
Kind of stuff.
Hold the snakes.
Oh
similar.
yeah. They didn't have snakes at this one, but it was the same
concept.
Yeah, I think it was more evangelical than Baptist or something. I don't know all
just
the minor differences, right?
Yeah.
But just it felt very cultish.
Okay.
And over time, at the time, I was pretty much. At the time, I would have said I was atheist.
Yeah.
I was there just because I was supporting my mom. She had cancer.
Okay.
And that's where she wanted to go, and that's where she found support and community. And so I was just there for her.
Okay.
But I didn't agree with anything.
What
they were going on with. But I thought the most interesting thing, as I would observe this mindset and this kind of ideology, was that when I really studied like who Jesus, the historical or religious person of Jesus, like I actually like the guy a lot based on the things that I read.
He's a cool guy.
He's actually, I would be on board with like most of the things that were written about him.
Yeah.
But when it got turned into Christianity, it was actually
the form of Christianity.
Right. That was weird.
Was that Jesus?
Was that
oh my gosh,
Jesus?
Like what we're talking about.
Is that you?
Jesus?
Oh man,
that's
why I got the
Greg?
screen cover.
Oh, so it's good.
It's good. But yeah, so basically I was like, man, well, I like all this stuff this dude's saying, or was written about.
Yeah.
But I was like, but once it became Christianity, that's different. Like that's actually someone after this guy named Jesus. Named Paul, who made a religion out of it, and basically kind of turned it into you believe this, you don't believe that, you believe this, you don't believe that. And that's fine, but I noticed that a lot of these churches, it's like they were trying to copyright Christ. They were trying to literally like put a stamp on it and go, this is the version that's the copywritten, trademarked, patented, genuine Christianity, ticket to heaven, whatever. And I just thought that was wacky. I was like, man, like that takes so much arrogance to like think that the way, and not to admit that there's a lot of ways to navigate this life, and there's a lot that all of us don't know because we're all human.
Definitely.
And we're all fallible, and we're all have more to learn each and every day, and we're all at different places in our journey.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
definitely.
So so I just thought it was craziness, and so we wanted to write a song about it.
Well, this isn't even we're like. Hey, this enlightenment conversation.
Call now if you want to give your life.
Call now. Hey, but by this microphone now, we'll give you a blessing. I know you had this on your Instagram. Tell me, I just want to know from another person in the industry right now, your opinions on Greta Van Fleet.
I'm glad you asked that. That's funny. Okay, I very clearly do not like Greta Van Fleet. I will say this though, I think they are a great sounding band and they are very talented. I give them 100% props, especially at their age. I think they're incredibly talented. Yeah. At that age, they are. They're like more talented than I was at that age. So major props to Greta Van Fleet if they're listening. Nothing against you personally there.
Yeah.
As an artist, I would just want people to be honest about it and go, that's product, that's not art.
Yeah.
So I consider that product that a lot of people are making good money on. I see that as a bunch of older, smart, savvy industry people who are saying, there's a bunch of young kids who've never heard of Led Zeppelin yet, and there's a bunch of old people who love Led Zeppelin and wish they were around. How could we make this work? Yeah. And then they find these kids that are really talented who were covering Led Zeppelin in a lot of their old videos of YouTube, contrary to their interviews where they said they never heard, really.
Where they said their biggest inspiration was like Mick Jagger, the Rolling Stones, or someone like that, and even Robert Plant was like, yeah, right, come on.
Right. They said something to that nature. They sound just like Led Zeppelin. And then these producers, I'm sure, managers probably got them to put out this product that got them even to dress like a band from that era. Got them to say "mama, mama, mama." I'm like, nobody our age says that. They just carbon copied Led Zeppelin to the point where I've listened to some songs side by side, and I'm like, oh my god, how are people even like debating this? Like, and I'll listen. I'm like,
that's similar.
This. Oh my god, they took the same like choir vocal behind the the choir sound behind the lead vocal on the chorus. They changed this melody just a little bit. This guitar tone is exactly the same. And then people are gonna say I'm not trying to be mean. Honestly, when someone crosses that line in the artist world, I just feel like I'm gonna point it out and I'm gonna give my opinion. But I wish them the best. If they evolve out of that and kind of find themselves, I'll support them 100%. They are very talented, and I think they're really, really talented group of kids.